get my 5 a day. So the place is dark here. Light, woohoo! And there was lights. I get my banana in. The reason why I eat a lot of banana, even though it's high in calories, is because if you suffer with constipation, bananas help you open your bowels. And yeah, it does help you open your bowels. And what do you call it? I've got an orange as well for vitamin C. Where the heck from this fly? Now I have to open my windows, which will even bring more flies in. One of the things I hate about summer, I get this in. Easy peelers. So this is my brunch. I never get time to sit and have a meal. Okay? I never get time to sit down and have a proper meal. I'm always doing something while eating. So now I am going to unbox the shopping I did. Let me go find the box. Oh, that one is heavy. Okay. I bought some molds. Yeah, the correct size for my desserts. See? Means that I'm going to be doing a lot of baking. Okay. These are different. These are for making eclairs. So matte. I hate boxes here. I end up with so many of them and I just shove them into that one. See? That's my eclair silicone mat. Also for baking. And then I bought some pizza flour. Okay. I bought some pizza flour. Glucose. Glucose syrup, glucose powder. So those that are diabetics, if you're a diabetic, instead of baking with sugar, you bake with sweetener. That's some yeast, all that yeast. Pistachio flavor. Yeah. So a lot of people just know that when you're baking cake, you use vanilla. You use vanilla to give you vanilla flavor, but you can also have pistachio flavor, banana, strawberry, and that's the essence. Rice flour. Okay. Rice and potato starch. Right. These are some flowers for decoration. See, the reason why I bought and had them posted is because you don't just get them from any shop. There are certain shops that sells them. So sweet potato flour or sweet potato powder. What is this? Glutinous rice flour. Oh, great. I dropped it at the back of my cooker. So I have to move it now. I have more molds. More dessert molds. You know the price of these things are between £10 to 20. I can't remember how much I bought this for, but I never know the price I paid for stuff. All I do is add the item, pay for it, and I don't remember how much I've paid. Yeah. So as you can see, different types of molds, different types of desserts. That's why I said if you guys were closer, then that's another type of mold. Okay. Catering is expensive. Very expensive. So this last one is used in molding pears. Oh, that's an apple. Yeah, an apple mold. What else have I got? Oh crap, these ones are tiny. This is what I was dreading. Yeah. These are too small, but chocolate, molding chocolate. Now you see why my kitchen is full. Yeah, there are so many things at the back that I haven't even what is this that I bought? Written in French. I know it's some, is it date powder? I can't remember. Oh, hazelnut powder. Date syrup. So that's another coffee essence. So if I want to make coffee flavored cake, that coffee essence. What else? I thought I'd try this. This is a Korean item, ginseng soup mix. Wanted to see how it looks like. But it's got some ginseng. It's got some chicken, some goji berries and stuff. I'll see how the soup tastes. A lot of these are, you know, international stuff. This is gnocchi flour. Why did I even buy it? I could have just used normal pasta flour for that. Some palm sugar. more rice flour. Two different types of rice flour. And I think that's it. Yeah. So the whole package, it's about 250. 250 pounds. Why would I spend such an amount of money on these? See, just because I want to share my skill with you guys. Some of these things we do cost a lot of money, see. So yeah. So it's, you see it more like an investment in people. Investors invest, what do they call it? Investors in people. That is what I do as charity. Anyway, now I need to pack them away. I'm just going to find somewhere to keep them for now. Yeah. And then later I will arrange them. Find a proper place for them. Or find the right place for them. That goes up there. And all these places are full of stuff, cooking stuff. That's why I really need to get this going, you know. God have mercy upon me. Maybe move it to the back. Okay, guys. So let me finish with this, and then we'll decide our first item. So either make a sandwich or a pizza. I think I can manage a sandwich later today as my next meal. Or I can manage a pizza, a small slice of pizza as my next meal. Right. Yes, Wayne. Catering stuff is no joke. It is very expensive. Very, very expensive. Plus, you really, really, really have to make sure that you are not wasting it, because you can't pay such an amount of money for all these things, and then at the end of the day, you know, it's going to waste. That's why I said most of the food I cook, you know, I'm not a big eater. So a lot of the food I cook, I don't eat, or they are not things that I like to eat. Yeah. If it were not the cooking I'm planning to do, would you believe that this can take me the whole day? Like, I'll not bother eating anything after this. And I'll be fine. I'll not feel hungry. You know. But okay. Right. So while we're waiting, let's talk about food allergies. Let's talk about food allergies. Those of you that are not based in the West, you don't take matters like that seriously. But hi, Ogechi. I think I'm not using that phone here, but recently a Nigerian parent lost the child, right, to dairy allergy. So that is dairy. That's cow's milk. This is cow's milk. Okay. From Scotland. Scottish made. Now, a lot of people are allergic to this, or they do react to this, surprisingly. Not only that, you see the cereal I'm eating, there's oats, there's banana, there are nuts. So it means that it's full of allergies, or all these ingredients are part of the allergy group. So the oats has got gluten because it's made from wheat, but you can get gluten-free oats. So oats that have been processed with the gluten component taken out of it. There are, in the UK, officially, they say there are 14 classes of allergies. Okay? There are 14. And the 14 is not like 14 items. These are groups, 14 allergy groups. So we have the nuts, which means different types of nuts. Peanuts, hazelnuts, almonds, pistachio. These are all nuts. So they all come under the nuts allergy. And people do react to nuts. And it's very dangerous. It can kill a person. It's because their system cannot process some of the components in the nuts. So if they eat it, they get a reaction. And if they are not attended to, they die. Okay? Milk comes under dairy. So we have milk, we have cheese, we have, what else? Yeah, all the milk products, because cheese is made from milk. That is also another group of the allergies. Okay, another group or category of the allergies. Then we have sulfites. Sulfites are used in processing food. So you see these dry foods, there is sulfites in that, used in preservation. And some beer, things that stay longer. So you have beer, you have dried fruits and stuff like that. And most of the dry fruits that you see, they use sulfites in preserving them. So that is another group of the allergies. So if you work with food, if you are a caterer, if you sell food, you need to know these allergies. You need to know these allergy groups so that if anyone comes to buy from you, to save yourself and to prevent yourself from being, a perpetrator of murder, then you need to find out from the person before you sell to them if they have any allergies or not. Because especially Africans, a lot of us don't know. You go to the doctor and the doctor tells you, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat that. Some of the doctors will not explain properly to you that it is this thing you are eating that is causing you to be ill. Or they wouldn't tell you that, oh, you are allergic to this group of foods, so stay away from them. And sometimes even when the doctor says it, some people just choose to be ignorant. They don't pay attention. And then they go to buy food, they will never even ask, this thing you are selling, what ingredients does it contain? Is it something that is harmful to me? Should I not buy it? Or can I ask for an alternative? Because here we always have an alternative to foods that have got allergy. Okay, so you saw me use soya milk instead of that. I am not allergic to dairy. I'm not allergic to milk, but I am sensitive. Okay, I am sensitive means I drink this sometimes and I feel like vomiting. Okay, for no reason. When my daughter was young, she had the same sensitivity. She used to be fine. Like you give her cereal with milk, she would eat it. But then it got to a point, as soon as she eats it, she vomits. As soon as she eats anything with milk, she vomits. Some children do grow out of it, and a lot of children are sensitive to that or allergic to that. So the alternative to me drinking this or eating this is to have that, because soya is made from plant, and I'm not allergic to, pulses. Soya is a pulse, belongs to the beans family. I'm not allergic to that. Oh, by the way, soya is also comes under the what do you call it? Yeah, some people are sensitive or allergic to that. So there are two types. It's either a person is sensitive or has severe allergies to that particular item. Sensitivity means that they will not die if they have it, like the milk. I will not die or I will not fall sick, seriously sick, if I have milk. But it's either I might end up vomiting everything I have eaten. So that is the sensitivity, you know. But the serious allergy means that if I eat this, I could fall down and die. Okay? If I drink that or anything made with this milk, I could die. And that is what happened to the Nigerian kid. The mom went to buy coffee from a coffee shop. And I don't know whether it was the mom that forgot to insist that the coffee shouldn't be made with milk. Yeah, if you say they shouldn't make it with milk, there are some milk, lactose-free milk. So dairy, lactose is the same thing, okay? So I don't know whether it was the mom that forgot to ask the seller or the salesperson that they should make sure the drink that they are serving her did not contain any dairy. But obviously, that was what was given to her. She gave to the child or her daughter, and her daughter died because she instantly reacted, and then she died from drinking coffee made with milk. That is why it is very, like, allergy education is very, very important among Africans, okay? Among Africans. I know, unfortunately, healthcare in Africa is very expensive, right? So even if you have it, or even if you're allergic to something, 90% of the time you wouldn't know because you haven't gone to the hospital. Or even if you have been ill several times and gone to the hospital, I know some of you forget to notice that whenever I drink milk, this is what happens to me. That's because you eat milk, you eat this, you eat that, like you eat so many things at the same time. So sometimes you are sick, but you don't know what is wrong with you. And the only thing we know when we are sick is that we've got malaria. How can every illness be malaria? How can every illness be malaria? Not every illness that is malaria. A lot of you have got diabetes, but you do not know. We call it undiagnosed diabetes. But you eat anything and everything. And one of the things, or one of the symptoms, where high blood sugar or low blood sugar. So the diabetes has got two different effects. Either you are producing excess sugar in your system, or you are not able to produce enough or to utilize enough of the sugar you eat. And every food you eat has got natural sugar, especially the carbohydrates. So there's a huge amount of sugar I'm eating, even though I've not added sugar to this. But there are carbohydrates in that, which has natural sugar. So if my system is producing less sugar, or if I don't have enough sugar in my bloodstream, it makes you very ill. It makes you very, very ill. And people react differently, okay? With the expert patient program, people have been trained to know, or those who have diabetes have been trained to know the symptoms when their blood sugar is high or low. But if you allow it to become very critical, like if your blood sugar goes, the normal blood sugar is 4 millimoles, okay? That is the lowest the level of sugar in your blood can go. Between 4 and 8, that is normal. But if your blood sugar goes below 4, even to the point that it ends up 1 or 2, then you are dead. I have seen someone die from low blood sugar, and we checked their blood sugar and it was about 1. Okay. Now, with that level of blood sugar, you are very weak, you are tired, you are confused, and you lack energy to do much. But with the high blood sugar, believe you me, you are more like a mad person. You are so confused, you don't even know what you are doing. They'll be attending to you and you don't even, your brain is not with them, like it's not right. I am saying this because my late mom died of it. Okay, she allowed her blood sugar to go above 15, and this was on a Christmas day. She ended up in hospital. They're so confused, like you are lying in a hospital bed, you're tired, you are not with it. That's because your blood sugar is way too high and you've got symptoms of malaria. Your temperature is high, you are sweating, you are like your urine smells. Okay, that is how bad it is. So it's not every illness that is malaria, because when she ended up in hospital, they were rather testing her blood for malaria. Medical doctors testing for malaria, and they had zero knowledge of her medical history. They didn't even take into consideration her medical history. And sadly, she had enlarged heart. Okay, and someone whose heart is enlarged, you have to be careful with giving them fluid, because at the end of the day, they were just pumping fluid into her without trying to correct the high blood sugar, because she needed to be on a sliding scale, which is potassium and what's the name? Water, fluid, potassium and fluid, but that has to be put through a pump. Okay, because you can die from the wrong level of potassium being infused into you. So what actually killed her was hospital acquired pneumonia, because while they gave her drips, normal drips, no potassium, nothing. They were just injecting her with normal insulin. Okay, and they were not even checking to see the fluid, whether the fluid is actually going through her system or is collecting in her lungs. So it collected in her lungs, which caused pneumonia, and then that was it. So just imagine you ending up in hospital with one condition, and then out of carelessness, they give you the wrong treatment, and then you die from that. You get, yeah. So that is, it's a pleasure, guys. It's a pleasure. So these are the reasons why I am trying to, cover all these allergy stuff, because you guys need to start noticing your body's reaction to the things that you eat. Okay, you need to take note. If I drink milk, what happens to me? And that is one of the things one of the habits you can get into. Try to space up the things you eat. Don't eat about 3 or 4 different things at the same time. Also, bread products. I noticed that bread or anything made with flour is very common in Africa. Gluten, which is contained in bread, is one of the very common allergies. And the reason why it is very common, which a lot of people do not know, when you get bloated so easily and you are fatting, and that is some of the symptoms or the effect of being sensitive to gluten. Okay, Yeah. If you notice that each time you eat bread, your stomach, like, you get so bloated. Bloating is not just your stomach, you feeling bloated and windy, or feeling large and windy. It happens differently, or it affects people differently. So if, let's say, I've eaten bread, I've eaten cake, I've eaten something made with flour, and after 15-30 minutes I realize that I'm just farting like wind, I'm messing. I am messing by heart. Hi, Miss Gift. Yeah, I am messing by heart, like, uncontrollable fat. Then you should consider seeing your doctor for them to test and see whether you are sensitive or allergic to gluten. Because when we are making our bread, we like to knead the flour. We activate the gluten. When you work with flour and it becomes stretchy, that means you have activated. It's the gluten that makes it stretchy. Okay, it's the gluten that makes it, the way the agege bread or the African bread tastes. Yeah, it's the gluten. Because I'll show you something. This is not a gluten-free bread, by the way. Okay, but one of the things you wouldn't see with the bread that we have here is you wouldn't see that stretchy and, okay, let me show you something. Let me activate the gluten in this and you see something. You see that this has become sticky or stuck, I don't know whether you understand what, but look at this. Normally it breaks, right? You can easily break it. But the African bread, when you try to cut it, you notice the stretch, okay? So that is the gluten being activated. It's the gluten that makes it stretchy, okay? It's the gluten that makes it stretchy. But here, they will make sure, yes, they will need the flour, but they wouldn't need it as much as we need the African bread, the agege bread. Some people call it sweet bread, okay? Anything flour that has been overworked, yeah, you find it stretchy and sticky and gluey, and yeah, that is what the gluten is. It's the gluten that makes it stretchy, and that is what you become sensitive to, or you react to. So an alternative to not having eaten anything with gluten is having something like rice flour, potato flour that hasn't got any gluten in it, maize. Those do not have gluten. So you can stop eating wheat or anything wheaty and then start eating something made from things like rice and stuff. Okay, try that and see whether you will feel the same way you feel whenever you eat flour. This is a self-examination tip I am giving you. Okay, this is a self-examination tip I am giving you, because if you cannot afford to go to the hospital and have the doctor run tests, and then charge you so much for it, why don't you check yourself? Why don't you check yourself and see whether you are sensitive to things like, the gluten, or things like the dairy. When I drink milk, what happens? Do I get headaches? Do I feel like vomiting? If so, why don't I try drinking something different like soya milk? If I eat bread flour and I'm always farting, like the moment I eat, give me 5-10 minutes, I feel windy and it's like you fart, and within some few minutes you are farting again, within some few minutes you are farting again. If that is what happens to you, then try something else, or maybe say, okay, let me give myself, say either the whole day or the whole of this week, I'll make sure I don't eat anything made from wheat or anything made from flour. Let me use a different type, maybe rice flour, to bake my bread, or rice flour to make my cake, and see whether I'll have the same reaction. If that happens, and because you never died, or you haven't died, or haven't become really ill with your bread, then it is more of a sensitivity than an allergy. Okay, it is more of a sensitivity than an allergy. The other day I attended to someone and they said they are allergic to beef. Beef. Can you imagine someone being allergic to beef? I've never, well, that was my first time. Okay, so people, the illness that affects you is not always malaria or, like some severe kind of illness, but sometimes it could be the food that you are used to eating, because foods do affect us negatively. Certain foods affect us negatively, and that we need to know, so that we are staying away from those foods, or we are minimizing, the intake of those foods. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, take note. The main allergies that are very common, or that can commonly affect us in Africa: milk, milk, cheese. They are all the dairy family. Milk, cheese, what else? Gluten, flour, and nuts. Nut allergy, very severe. Very, very severe. The common thing with the nuts is that the moment you eat it, it just manifests in your body, especially your face. You become swollen, and if you're a fair-skinned person, you see that the swelling is some red spots, and then your mouth is like that. Your mouth is, that this is someone with a very severe nut allergy. Very, very severe. With the other ones, you wouldn't see, like the gluten, for instance. Yes, some people do get it that way, but some people, you just fall down and you just collapse and die. But with the nuts, it's, you just see yourself like someone who has been, you see the way when a bee bites you, or when you've been stung by a bee, you see the way it happens. Yeah, that is how bad the nut allergy can be. Okay, so learn to test yourself. If you eat certain nuts and you realize that, you are, so some people, their throat will just swell up. It swells and it obstructs their breathing, and then that is it. Okay, so you need to start testing yourself. If I eat this kind of a thing, what happens to my body? How do I prevent it? Have I got the money to go to the doctor and tell them to run a test to see if it's an allergy or a sensitivity, whether I can stop eating that thing to save my own life, or she don't want to live anymore, carry on eating. It is one of the easiest way to kill yourself. Okay, one of the easiest way and the quickest way to kill yourself. Anyway, my breakfast is gone cold. But by the way, these are not mine. As in, they are not mine to eat. Okay, they are just for teaching, because I'm staying away from that as well. I'm staying away from bread, from gluten, and milk. Yeah. So, hi, Prince God's time. How are you? Anyway, I've ended up talking instead of cooking. I've ended up doing more talking or more lecturing than, you know. So, what I'm going to do with regards to this allergy stuff, whenever I'm doing my cooking, I'll try and bring it up. Anything that I'm using that I've got an allergy, I'll mention it and I'll, touch a little on that. I think that is the best way we can go about this. Okay, but know that it's important. Know that allergies are very, very, or allergy knowledge is very, very important, and it can save a life. It can save either your own life or the life of someone you know, especially children. You know that children or newborn babies, they are the ones that you should be careful of when it comes to allergy. Okay? The other one, I have to leave this one in there because it's pistachio. I need to know that it's pistachio, and whenever I'm using it, I have to be careful with who is going to eat this. I had someone come to my house the other day. They came to fix something, and they told me they are very allergic to nuts, especially that pistachio, which means that because I have it in my kitchen, it can easily cross-contaminate the other food stuff that I've got. So, if you are coming to my house and there's a likelihood that I'll have to feed you, the best thing you can do for us both is to let me know that I have this allergy, I cannot have that, I cannot eat that, so that I am very, very careful. I am very, very careful with the way I handle the food that I serve you. Because even if I use this to cook something and I put some nuts into this, I have to make sure I wash it very well. I wash it thoroughly before I can use it to cook for you. Okay? Yeah. Not just allergies, but also religious, people who do not eat certain stuff. As a chef, I cook anything and everything. If you're based, I cook anything and everything, right? But I am very aware, or I have knowledge of things that people do not eat, like pork. Okay? Like pork, like halal. Pork and halal, the same. Some Christians do not eat pork as well, but I will cook pork in my kitchen, not because I eat or I do not eat. I will cook kosher stuff in my kitchen. That is the Jewish diet. I will cook, what else? Yeah, so halal, kosher, vegan. Vegans do not eat meat. Vegans do not eat meat. Okay? I will have to respect them and make sure that any food I am cooking that they have to eat does not contain meat, or it's not contaminated with meat. Okay? Yeah. For vegetarians, yeah, they don't also eat meat, but they do eat animal products. Okay. What else? Yeah, I think basically that is it. But as a food handler, you need to have all these knowledge so you can serve everyone as you should. Okay. I shouldn't tell people that because I am a meat eater or I'm a fish eater or I'm Muslim, when you come to my house, you must eat what I eat. No. Proper hospitality is to cater for people's needs. You cater for people based on their needs, and you respect them by making sure you do not do things or use things that they cannot have. Okay, cool. Anyway, what time is it? 1:10, and I haven't even finished my breakfast. See, and the thing is, I can't throw it away because I'm against wastage, right? I'm against wastage. But while we are standing here chatting, I should have done my pizza dough and allow it to be resting. Yeah. Where's that pizza flour? I've got my pizza flour. I've got things hiding everywhere. That's my scale. This is my scale. Okay. What type of pizza flour is this? See, it's Italian. Oh, I hate this. So, allergies. Just as I've mentioned, anything at all you buy should educate you on the allergies, okay? So, an allergy labeling should be written in bold, and as you can see, the allergies wheat, which is the gluten, into brackets gluten, may contain soya, okay, and mustard. So it's not just plain flour, it's got wheat, it's got soya and mustard in that. So wheat, soya and mustard, okay, yeah. And this was imported by Casa Julia. Yeah. Whew. So in this case, in my pizza shop, in my pizza kitchen, I need to make sure that if I'm writing the menu and I write pizza, I need to indicate in red, which is danger, indicate in red all the allergies, so that anyone coming to your shop to buy will know that there is wheat, there is soya, and there is mustard in the product. So even if they do not ask you before placing the order, at least you have informed them and they should be able to read. If they did not know how to read, it was their responsibility to ask you, to ask you if your product contained these things, and you would either say yes or no. That is because at the end of the day, that information is going to save you. If that person eats your product and they fall sick, or they react to what you have sold to them, and they decide to sue you in court, you have your menu to take with you to court and say, this is the menu I presented to my client or to the customer, and it is boldly written that the product contains wheat, the product contains soya, the product contains mustard, because these are all part of the allergy groups. I told you soya is an allergy. I told mustard is the other one. Okay, so yeah, right. How much pizza can I make? Not a lot, just a tiny bit, because you know, unfortunately, I can't even read what it says. I know it's not just plain flour. It's not just plain pizza flour. But to make pizza, you need oil, you need yeast, you need your flour and water. So I'm trying to find out if this product contains all that already, or is just how much is this? 400. Or it's just the flour. But I think because they haven't mentioned yeast and stuff like that, it means that there isn't any yeast in it. Okay, there is no yeast. Yeah, that is my yeast. Ooh, I'm wrecking the place. That is my yeast. The expiry date 2026. Made in the UK in Suffolk. So why has it got? It's got Arabic writing. It's got Chinese. It's got Korean. It's got. Oh. Okay. So. We've got our flour. Need some tepid water. Not too warm, not too hot, not too cold. Just tepid. Okay. So first I use a tiny bit to activate my yeast. If I had done this at the start, by now we should have been rolling our pizza. Vacuum packed. Alright. I have to find a container for this. Okay. use 1.5. Right, that is done with. Okay, so while we are at that, we'll make our pizza sauce. So I've got normal tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, and I always buy the cheapest. Times are hard. I'm not going to be buying branded food stuff just to impress. No. When it comes to food, because I am already going to add some quality to the food, I do not mind buying the cheapest, because tomatoes are tomatoes. They all grow the same way. Okay? The other stuff, you're just paying for the name. So this is the cheapest. I think I bought this Everyday Essential. I bought it in Aldi. So the cheapest tomato, chopped tomato. Okay. I've got spinach, mozzarella cheese, basil. How can you make pizza without basil, or cook Italian food without any basil? You've got to have that. That makes the pizza sauce lovely. Okay, right, so I'll put these on the side. I've also got some goat cheese, which goes really well with spinach. If you're making spinach like vegetarian. Oh, I've got some olives as well. So I'm not going to make any meat pizza. I'm going to go vegetarian. Okay. Yeah. That's my black olives. Right. Let's put everything away. I need to win the lottery so that I can have a massive kitchen. Massive kitchen for me. Because everywhere is full. All these are full of spices and stuff. We need to turn the oven on. because you need a really hot oven to you need very hot oven to cook pizza. Okay. So my fresh basil. I just love the smell of basil. Right. Okay. And I'm using everything with the stock. Yeah. I never, when I'm making soup or I need to blend these, I never separate the leaves from the stalk because the flavor, there's more flavor in the stalk or stem than there is in, you know. I'm done with this. I'll put this away. I still haven't remembered to buy my opener. So I shouldn't be using this knife because these are very expensive knives. Yeah. I've got so many things in this kitchen that if you ever come to me and tell me to cook something, I'm sure I'll be able to see how nicely I've cut open that. Okay. So simple pizza sauce. I've got my basil, I've got my tomatoes. Put it on the side. And then some sugar. Yes, you need sugar in your pizza sauce. Okay. Sugar goes in there. And some garlic. Got some garlic. Garlic powder. My soup gun or my hand blender. How many? I've got about 5 blenders in this house. 5. So that. Yeah, I've got about 5. Terrible. The question someone will ask is, what do you need 5 blenders for? Do you need all that? Nah, I don't. But I've got them. I use them for different. You know, they all have their purposes. So this is my simple pizza sauce. When I'm washing this, I have to make sure that you keep the thing away, the cable away while you wash it. Right, so pizza sauce done. See? Get some olive oil out. You see my pizza sauce, and it's not very clear, but this is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like, and it is very tasty. Very, very tasty. Lovely. Okay. Now, so I've got my suspected spam. I think these Android phones are really good. It's good that it tells you all these. So we have a pinch of salt. I like to add olive oil, and I could use normal oil. And this is a good thing with this kitchen is I can just, wash my hands without having to walk far. Okay? So I make a hole in the middle, pour my okay. So that's the yeast mix. And then I need some more water. A bit more water. tiny bit. Voila. That's my pizza dough. Okay, so we don't cover this and let it proof. Now the kitchen is not very hot. The weather is a little bit cold, but since I've turned the oven on, I'll have to leave it close to the oven. Cover it up with a kitchen cloth. Yeah, at least the place is heating up. And now wash my hands. Okay. Finally finished my breakfast. Okay. Okay and okay. So keep this on the side. While I put the rest away. So, see, I've told you guys I can always cook stuff in my kitchen. I've got some salami and pepperoni, but I'm not making that. I'm not making any meat pizza or any meaty pizza today. I am going vegetarian. So spinach, the goat cheese, yeah, and some olives. That's what I'm going to chop my olives up. Okay. Should I do it here or there? I think I should move it this way. Yeah. Another day we'll do this one. We'll make this one another day. Okay. We will make this pizza on another day. Okay. Right. Now, let me mention this. Safety wise, right? Important safety measures when using a chopping board. Yeah, very, very important. Very, 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 very important. You need to make sure you have a stable base. Okay. There's always something happening here. It's really terrible living by the road. You need a stable base. I hope the town is not burning. So put some water on a piece of paper or a piece of cloth and then put this, and you know, it's a bit stable because you don't want it to be moving about when you are using it, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. What else? I need to put this back on charge before I lose power. I need to put this away, and I need to move this out of the way. Okay, I'm going to use the same board to sort out my Let's prep some grapes. I don't need a lot, just a little. Okay, just a little. Spoon in there. While I am prepping this, I'll also make some garlic butter, okay? So you want to slice your olives into small, maybe cut one into 2 or 3. Okay. Yeah. That's why I took out just a few, because okay. Yeah, and I've got just enough olives. Just enough olives for this much pizza. This is actually a mixture of cheddar and mozzarella. This mozzarella is quite expensive, so this is what a lot of the shops do. They mix it up to sell. Grated cheddar and mozzarella. Open this up, and then for the garlic mayo, it's just garlic and mayonnaise, okay, which you use for your garlic bread. Now this butter is not because of just taking it out of the fridge. It is hard. You normally need soft butter, but I'm not making a big quantity. I'm only making a tiny bit, so therefore there is no need to blend it, but you can normally blend this together. Right, that is enough. Okay. And some chives. This is just to give it color or to make it look nicer, okay? But The two simple ingredients are just butter and garlic. Garlic butter. Fresh garlic. But I haven't got any fresh garlic at home. So I'm using powdered garlic. That's because I haven't cooked in a while. Normally I'll use fresh garlic. I only keep these for emergencies. But because I haven't cooked in a while, as in normal food, this is abnormal. Normal food. All the garlic and stuff, the fresh garlic, fresh ginger, onions. Some of the onions are even germinating. Okay, I just use a whole lot. Have this in there. Make it look nicer. Okay. There. So this goes in. Put some chives. Oops, too much, too much. Just need a little bit, not a lot. Can I mix this up? Yeah, I can. Then it should smell like garlic. Okay, so if you love garlic bread, you can easily make this at home by mixing this and that, the butter, some garlic, either fresh or powdered garlic. Okay, and then you get your French bread, cut it into, or sourdough bread, cut it into slices, and then spread this on top. Shouldn't take long at all in the oven. And you've got some garlic bread. Right, it's not properly mixed, but see, that's my garlic bread, garlic butter, ready for garlic bread. Okay, okay. It's not proved as I want it, but we can still, you know, we can still use it that way. Time factor. It's a time factor, guys. Time factor. Okay. So let's put this away. Sprinkle some flour on the surface. I didn't know there was some Hi, guys. Sorry. I wasn't seeing the chat. I wasn't seeing all the writing, guys. So you see that it's gotten softer and it's gotten softer. Ooh. Ooh. Another thing with pizza, sometimes you don't need to, if you have a very good dough, you wouldn't need to roll it. Just do it with your hand. Okay. I think I nearly. That's a homemade pizza. Because it's not machine made, you don't want it looking perfect. You want them to know that it's homemade. That is what we do in the restaurants. See, people come in to buy pizza and pay so much for it because they want it to be done fresh, okay? They are not there to buy pizza that has been made by machine. So normally what we do is, you know, okay, get some, right. Yeah, I think this is enough. How big is this one? Nah, I guess I'd have to use the big one. And to be on the safer side, I put some oops. Okay, so I've got my main pizza. Okay, and like we said, we can make pizza for parties, yeah, which is tiny pizzas. Ooh, I've lost one. In fact, that's still too big. Party pizzas. Okay, on the side. And that. So my oven, I've turned it as high. Hi, Brother Mecca, how are you? Hope you are good. Okay, so all done. Try and clean as I go. I didn't even have to use this. But, okay. So I'm going to turn one of these into a garlic bread by spreading some garlic butter on it. Delicious. Lovely garlic bread. Should I even do two? Yeah, I'll do two. And then the rest will be my party garlic thingy. Okay. So that's that one done. Now, get your tomato sauce. Looking all nice and lovely. Is there a better way of doing this? Okay. And then our tiny pizza, our party pizza. These are normally good for kids' parties, yeah. And then we cheese it up. Lots of cheese. Now we can turn one of these into a cheesy garlic bread by putting some cheese on it. So what I normally do when I'm using spinach and stuff like that is to put a little bit of thingy on it. Then my spinach. Okay. That's enough spinach, isn't there? Put a few spinach on here. Enough spinach. And then we goat cheese. Now we get our olives. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Wash my hands. How many times have I washed my hands today? Or in the last? I wash my hands a lot when I'm cooking. It's become a habit. Oh, what have I done? Wrong one. Never mind. Okay, our oven is nice and hot. Very, very hot. And it's in. It is in. Now we clean as we go. Shouldn't take long. I don't know how good. Succinct. G Paro. G Paro, what do you want me to show you more? What more do you want me to show you? So my oven is at the highest. Yeah. I've got a lot of pizza sauce left. It means that I have to make a lot of pizza this week. So maybe tomorrow we'll make some meat pizza, some chicken. I'm also good, thank you, Brother Mecca. I am good, thank you. Okay. Very good, thank you. Let's see how long this takes. La 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 la. I'm putting things away, guys, so don't mind me. I'm tidying up because I don't like mess. Even though my kitchen is messy, something that I can't help. Oh, right. I know what I forgot to do. I was supposed to cheese this up as much as possible. Yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to cheese up my, to double cheese my pizza after putting the spinach on. I can still do it. Just have to open this up and add extra cheese on top. I do so because, what's the name? Okay, that's done now. That is done now. Righty-ho, guys. Who is ready for pizza? Hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. I can't believe I'm going to eat again. Not long after I've had my breakfast. Well, my brunch. Breakfast at 1 o'clock. Really bad habit, yeah. Very bad habit. Very, very, very bad habit. Who eats their breakfast late? And then immediately they are having the pizza. I forgot about my apron. Okay, let's put the apron on. But too many things. This one here in the corner. But Gazi lembana, Gazi lembana. My hat is dirty. Not that I've worn it, but I keep dropping it. See, and depending on my hairstyle, to either fit or not fit. I now look like a proper chef, don't I? Gazilembana kiasilita la 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 oh la 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 oh 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 Gazi lembana, gazi lembana, gazi lembana. Let me wash my stuff, yeah? That way I don't have to wait around after when this is done. Okay. Gazi lembana, kiyosi. Gazi lembana, gazi lembana, gazi lembana, kiyosi, gazi lembana, gazi lembana, gazi lembana, kiyosi, gazi lembana, gazi lembana, gazi lembana, kiyosi, la 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 la. La 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 la. Right. How are we doing? Ooh, it's looking gorgeous. It's looking amazing. Looking lovely. Looking lovely already. It is looking lovely already. Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Guys, I've asked who wants to have some pizza because it wouldn't take long. It wouldn't take long. It's going to be ready in a minute. It must unusual to be like anyone. Okay, so this is much better. It is much better. Who is excited? Who is excited? It's pizza afternoon. Pizza for lunch. Pizza for lunch. Pizza for lunch. I've got the plate ready. Yeah. Got the plate ready. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's it. That is it. Ooh. Jeez. Okay. Guys, what do you think? Let me keep on this one. Let me put it on this one. So that is my garlic bread. My garlic bread. Ooh, that's hot. Cheesy garlic bread. Okay. Put it on the side. The mini patty pizza. Yeah. So small chops. And the monster pizza itself. Ooh, that is so hot. So hot. Even sticking today. Okay. Looks like so that's why you need a proper pizza board and a proper pizza thingy tray. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Improvising, which is not bad. There. My veggie pizza. Veggie pizza. Veggie pizza. Yeah. I will use my pizza cutter on this one. So we cut pizzas into 8 slices, right? See me spoiling my knife. And then okay. Okay, all done. La 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 la. Guys, invited. You are all invited. Yeah. So delicious. Lovely. Hot pizza. Nice and hot. Goat cheese, spinach, and when you are invited, goat cheese, spinach, and olives. So this one I'll call it Greek pizza. I'll call it Greek. I should have used feta. Feta cheese. I can only eat 1 or 2 slices. The rest of it, I can have it cold the next day. Yeah. See how simple it was, yeah? Now this is our garlic bread. A cheesy garlic bread. With a lot of cheese. Hi Jeff, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, this is no joke. It is lovely. It is super. It is very tasty. You should try it. Ah, my day has been good. How is yours? You're invited. There's enough for everyone. There's enough pizzas for everyone. So come and have yours. I can't believe I'm actually eating. Not long after eating. I can't believe that. But it's so well and good. At least it was educative. Right. So I'm going to keep this. And I will make a different pizza tomorrow. Maybe we'll make a margherita pizza. Or a pepperoni. And a meat feast. Lovely garlic bread. Nice garlic bread. After the reggae play the blues, they will make you do as I do. Enjoy yourself, baby boo. Even your boo get your boo. Guys. Afternoon pizza. It's cool, man. It is cool. Okay. So who's going to try this? Who has never made a pizza and is going to try? Right. I think that's enough. I don't have to force feed myself or overfeed myself. Maybe this one. Irresistible, yeah. It tastes of the goat cheese. Eating is hard work. It is hard work. Yeah. Okay. That's all for today, guys. No, actually, that's all for now. All my batteries are getting low. One is 20%. One is 15. I need to go and recharge. Then we can make something later. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Vote of thanks. Thanks, y'all. See you guys later when I'm recharged, yeah? Or when I'm hungry. Which I'll never be. Because I've eaten too much. Okay? See you later.